This woman here is Takaya Shiki Murua. She's not your average girl. Right now, she's one of the hottest idols in the scene. And she's also the granddaughter of Takaya Ashiki Tao, the chairman of the Taiken Group, Japan's most powerful corporate empire. With insane wealth and overwhelming influence, Shiki lives like a real-life princess. And on the other side, this is me, Suzuki Kazuma, just your typical gloomy guy. No friends, no girlfriend, nothing going on. I'm basically the definition of a loner. If there's anything remotely special about me, it's that I just happen to be childhood friends with Takashiki Murua. I've lived my whole life as Rue Shadow, but unlike her, I never wanted to be special. All I ever wanted was to have something simple. Friends, maybe even a girlfriend. Just a normal life. I opened up to her once, told her how I felt, but she looked at me and said, "Are you stupid? You're just a gloomy loser. Know your place. You're only good enough to be my childhood friend." And just that used up all the luck you'll ever have in this life. Get it through your head, know your place. Know your place. Know your place. She's been repeating those same words to me since we were kids. And over time, they started to feel like a curse. To her, I was never anything more than a slave. But even after all that, I still couldn't let go of the dream, just living a normal life. Then came the end of spring, my first year of high school. Out of nowhere, I got a text from her. "Hey, Kazu, can you be at the train station at 3? I'm gonna karaoke with Akon and the others. Wanna come with us?" The MC paused to think. Kan, Hera, Kaki, Ayaka, that flashy girl. I've never even spoken to her. So, why me? Then she looked at me and said, "Didn't you say you wanted to make a friend? Maybe even a girlfriend? The best way to do that is to join a group like ours. Come on, you just have to take the first step." The MC stared at her. This could be it. His chance to finally change. He wanted to change. So, the MC did his best. Dressed up as nicely as he could, gathered all his courage, and even went to a hairdresser. As he stood in front of the VIP club, he took a deep breath and thought, "This is it. I'm starting to become a new me. I'm really changing." But the moment he opened the door, everyone inside burst out laughing. The moment the MC stepped into the room, he heard them whispering, "Wait, seriously? He actually showed up? Ew, gross. This is hilarious. He even got a haircut. LOL. Everyone was laughing at him. They kept going, "No way. He smells like a hair salon. And that jacket, LOL. The MC stood there, expression blank. I see, so this was all just a setup. Even his childhood friend spoke up. "Wait, you guys, don't laugh. He really tried his best." But she was laughing too. The only one who wasn't was the star girl, Icon. The MC quietly watched as his childhood friend looked at him and said, "What's wrong, Kazu? Why are you just standing there? Come on, cry already. I bet 10,000 yen you'd end up bawling." The MC stayed still for a moment, then quietly asked, "Just tell me one thing. Did I do something wrong? What did I do to deserve this?" She smirked. "Huh? Isn't it obvious? You're my slave. That's all there is to it. Now go on, struggle, get frustrated. Put on a good show for us." As he looked at her twisted smile, the MC thought to himself, "I honestly can't stand the fact that you're my childhood friend." Hearing all of that, something inside the MC just snapped. So this is what it sounds like when a bond shatters. He looked her in the eye and said clearly, "Yeah. Same here. Let's cut ties, Rua." The words hit her like a thunderclap. She stood there, completely stunned, utterly devastated. In the very next second, she snapped, "Who do you think you are? Do you even hear yourself right now? A loser like you? Talking back to me?" But the MC didn't flinch. He simply replied, "You're the only one who's been complaining this whole time." She shouted back, "Huh? Don't mess with me, you idiot. I've got every right to hate you. But you don't get to hate me. A brat like her. And she's a top idol? This world's completely insane." The MC slammed his fist down on the table with all his strength. Then it settled. He stood up and walked away, leaving a deep dent in the table. The guys nearby, sweating nervously, muttered, "Man, that's so lame. Stop pretending to be cool. Don't worry about that guy, Ruishan." But despite those words, the girl looked completely devastated. "Wait, hold on a sec," Ian said, eyeing the table. "Is this thing seriously broken?" Everyone stared in shock. It looked like the MC had shattered the table with a single punch. "No way. He did this. That can't be right." It must have already been cracked. Yeah. No normal person could break a table like that with just their bare hands. You're right. Everyone tried to calm the girl down as she wiped her tears, clearly shaken. Through clenched teeth, she cried out, "I'll never forgive you for throwing away our friendship." But for the MC, for the first time in a long while, he felt peace. Walking home under that gloomy sky, he muttered to himself, "Strange, I feel lighter, like the whole world is shining. Why did I let her control me for so long? I'd rather walk through high school alone than keep bowing down to a monster pretending to be human." We see the glow in the MC's eyes as he mutters with quiet conviction, "That's right, I don't have to live in her shadow anymore. I'm finally free." In that moment, something shifted. His world expanded. His chains broke. A new path opened, and with it, a brand new adventure had just begun. That same night, we shift scenes to an older man, standing under the gloomy sky. This is Takaya Taiso, chairman of the powerful Taiken Group and director of Taiken Academy. Someone called out, "Grandpa," and just like that, the old man's demeanor softened. He became the image of a warm, doting grandfather. At that moment, the MC's childhood friend came rushing in. "You've got to hear this," she said, clearly upset. "Kazu was so mean to me today. He actually told me he's cutting off our friendship." The woman standing beside the grandfather turned to her, surprised. "Ruakin, wait, is that true? He just ignored you like that?" This woman, Takaya Shukijijira, is Ruakin's cousin. Ruakin's voice trembled as she replied, "I can't believe it. Kazu's never gone against me. Not once. Until now." Even her cousin was caught off guard. "He really did that?" Sweat formed on her brow. She was clearly shaken by what she'd just heard. She asked gently, "Did you maybe say something awful to him?" The girl flinched, a little caught off guard. "That's not it," she said defensively. "All I said was stuff like, 'You're my slave,' or 'How it sucks that you're my childhood best friend.' Stuff like that." Everyone in the room immediately understood the situation. The atmosphere shifted. Her cousin, Takaya Shukijijira, looked at her and said bluntly, "Yeah, that's pretty bad." The grandfather nodded in agreement. "Exactly. It's only natural that Kazuma would be upset." The girl shook her head, clearly confused. "That's not true. I was just teasing him a little. Come on." The moment Kazu started high school, he suddenly wanted friends and even a girlfriend. "Isn't that ridiculous?" Her cousin replied calmly, No. It's actually pretty normal to want more friends at that age." But the girl wasn't having it. "No, it's not. I mean, he already has me, doesn't he? The world's cutest princess, Rua, is always by his side." She crossed her arms, pouting. "So the idea that he'd want to get close to anyone else, especially other girls, is just insane. So yeah, teasing him a little is totally fine, right? I'm the only one in the world, the only one who truly understands him." She said it aloud. "That's because I love him." Her grandfather nodded solemnly. "Yes, it's all Kazuma's fault. He's the one who caused this." But her cousin chimed in, raising an eyebrow. "Still, if you really want to make things right, Rua should be the one to apologize." Rua instantly shot back, "No way." Turning to her cousin, she insisted, "Aren't you his mentor? Think of something. Fix this. Make him come crawling back and say, 'I really love you, Rua,' and then, 'Kiss me.'" She declared it proudly, with no hesitation. Her cousin blinked. "A kiss, huh?" Then glanced at the grandfather. "Well, great uncle, you do plan on making him Ruachan's husband, right?" "Of course. That's exactly why I assigned you to be his mentor, to teach him martial arts and the art of leadership. My granddaughter likes him too, and a talent like his, it's truly one of a kind." The woman raised an eyebrow. "Talent?" He nodded firmly. "Yes, exactly. You're absolutely right. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Ever since elementary school, his grades have always been straight threes. He did that on purpose to stay average, to blend in. It was all part of his training, to live in Rua's shadow. But if he ever stopped holding back, even for a moment, forget straight fives. The whole school, the entire country, no, the world itself would be shaken. And if that wasn't enough, he's insanely popular with girls. I've lost count of how many we had to transfer out because they developed a crush on him. And the funniest part? He doesn't even realize how popular he is." We see the girl smirk confidently. Fufu, of course. That's my Kazu we're talking about. The grandfather nods with approval. Yes, he's more than worthy to inherit the Taiken group, the cousin of the girl said. But now that Kazuma's cut ties with her, he has no reason to hold himself back anymore. Whether it's sports, schoolwork, or even romance, things could spiral out of control from here. The next morning, as school began, a message was scribbled on a bench. Looks like your seat just got reset to day 1. LOL. What's this about? Someone scoffed. Apparently, some guy actually stood up to the princess. What an idiot. The MC turned toward the voice, expression unreadable. I see. So that's how it is. In his mind, he thought, I had my suspicions, but now it's clear. That childhood friend of mine, ultra-wealthy Aries, top idol, is actually the worst kind of human being. Well then, the MC muttered, that leaves me with just 2 choices. Option 1. Reset the desks and chairs to their proper spots and quietly attend class. Option 2. Run to the staff room and report it. He scoffed at the thought. Yeah, like that's even an option. This entire academy belongs to her. To be exact, her grandfather. This place was built with one purpose, to train S-class talent and become the #1 academy in the world. To the public, it's known as S-class academy. Here, whether it's sports or academics, those who shine in their fields get full exemption from tuition and dormitory fees. Students are scouted from all across the nation through an elite scholarship program. The truly gifted are placed in the upper ranks, while the rest, the common masses, get stuck at the bottom. This caste system controls everything at the academy, sometimes from the shadows, sometimes right out in the open. And the one who holds the most power in this entire school is Takaya Shiki Rua, or as everyone calls her, Princess Rua. To make matters worse, the chairman of the school is her grandfather. Naturally, all the teachers treat her like royalty. So if I walked into the staff room with a complaint, yeah, I already know how that would end. Which means, do I just go with option 1? Reset the desks and chairs, sit down, and keep my mouth shut in class? No, I've already decided. I'm going to live on my own terms. The MC mutters, pulling out a pen. There's a third option. This should work. He scribbles something beneath the message on the bench. So with that, I'll be studying independently. This is an order from Takaya. Please mark me as present. Suzuki Kazuma. Gasps echo around him. No way. Is this for real? Isn't he scared of the princess? Well then, the MC says, it'd be a problem if someone caught me now. Which means this is the place. And with that, the main character opens a hidden door, revealing a secret underground library. This place, most students, and even some teachers, have no idea it exists. Since I've been around the academy for a while, a senior from the library committee let me in on this hidden spot. I'll just wait here until class ends. All I've ever wanted was a normal life. But now that I've stood up to her, there's no way I'll be making any new friends, let alone getting a girlfriend. So if that's how it is, then I'll live alone. As the MC pushes open the door and steps inside, he freezes. Inside the room, Takaya Shiki Rua is in the middle of changing outfits, caught in nothing but her undergarments. She turns, eyes wide, and lets out a panicked scream. So began the awkward trouble involving the beauty with striking eyes, flustered and standing there in her cat-themed underwear. Meow meow. The MC, still stunned, quickly bowed his head. Sorry about earlier. I'm Kazuma Suzuki from class 1 to 3. The girl, covering her chest with both arms, replied in a soft but flustered voice. I'm Main Minato from class 3-2, and I'm sorry too, for screaming like that. The MC quickly turned away, facing the other direction. No, it's my fault. I should have made sure before coming in. Did you also hear about this place from that senpai on the library committee? The girl nodded as she slipped on her shorts, accepting his words with a small, understanding sigh. The MC, still facing away, said, I wasn't the only one told about this place. As the girl finished putting on her clothes, looking like she was dressed for sports, she opened the door and told him, I'm good now. Kazuma looked over at her, and there stood the beautiful girl who had apologized for keeping him waiting. His expression was blank as he asked, Why are you in gym clothes? Actually, first, why are you changing here in the first place? Startled by his question, she quickly apologized several times and said, I was just looking for a quiet place to practice my singing and dancing. Then I remembered someone once showed me this spot. Trying to explain herself to the male character, she added, I'm actually a voice actress, and I have an upcoming unit live performance. I figured I could rehearse here. The MC responded, Oh, so you're from the entertainment world. I see. He recalled how, just like his former childhood friend, there were quite a few students from the entertainment industry attending this academy. She was probably one of them, one of the specially selected students. The academy clearly had high expectations for her. Kazuma looked at her and said, You even brought a full-length mirror? You're seriously committed. But what about your glasses? She flinched slightly at his words and glanced down, visibly unsettled. Then Kazuma continued, When I got to school this morning, my desk and chair were out in the hallway. Her eyes welled up with tears as she softly replied, There was a sign. It said, No seat for you. The MC's gaze turned sharp and serious. Kazuma thought to himself, I've heard this before. And in that moment, he realized, that's why she looked like she was holding back tears earlier. Just as the emotion hit, his phone buzzed with a notification. As Kazuma glanced at his phone, a message popped up. It was from the so-called princess of the school, Sinka Kazu. She texted, Where are you right now? You're late, aren't you? Oh, did you watch my videos from earlier? Everyone's saying you're a total jerk. You know what? Maybe I should do something about it. How about I drop your name in my next video? Then all my fans will come swarming after you. So hurry up and drag your beautiful desk back into the classroom already. If you get on your knees and beg, I might forgive you. The MC stared at the message, his eyes dark with irritation. Without a second thought, he tapped the block button. Just like that, Sinka Kazu was cut off. Kazuma turned his attention back to the student in front of him. Minato, but why are you going through something like this? He asked, puzzled. Aren't you here on a special scholarship? Minato quickly shook her head. No, that's not true at all, she replied. Even though I'm a voice actress, I'm not popular. And with a face and voice like this, well, Kazuma looked at her, genuinely confused. He couldn't quite understand what she meant. I can't really see your face with those bangs covering it, but your voice, the MC said with a casual tone. It's actually kinda cute. Minato's cheeks flushed at the sudden compliment. It's like the sound of a bell, Kazuma added, his voice sincere. Really pleasant. And honestly, it sticks with you. Caught off guard, she turned her head away, clearly flustered. That's not true at all, she stammered. There are tons of girls with better voices in the idol and voice actress world. Compared to someone like Showa Takai, I'm nothing. Is that so? The MC asked, his voice thoughtful. The girl glanced away as she continued, clearly referring to the so-called princess. Even so, someone like me ended up forming a unit with Ruzan. That's probably why I've been getting harassed like this. That's when the MC finally connected the dots. Actually, yesterday, my social media was flooded with comments like, if she teams up with someone like you, Ruahim's status will drop. He sighed sharply. There really are some awful people in her fanbase. Pigs attacking pigs, huh? Then, with a raised brow, he asked, but seriously, why did you team up with that pig in the first place? The girl looked over at him and asked, by pig? You mean? Yeah, I said that out loud, didn't I? Oops. I mean Takayashiki Rua. The MC corrected himself without much remorse. She sighed. Well, I didn't really have a choice in the matter. It was the agency's decision. Rua and I go to the same school, and we're part of the same agency. Since I'm plain and gloomy, they thought I'd make the perfect background support to highlight her. The MC frowned. That's a brutal way to put it. Same agency as her. That must be Kai Music. That place would do whatever it takes to push its stars. And considering their parent company is the massive Tukai Group, it all made sense now. No doubt, the whole desk and chair stunt was Rua's idea too. Even if it was the AY's plan, it was obvious. Rua probably just couldn't stand being paired with someone she sees as beneath her. But even so, Minato-san was just too sincere. We see her say, but I'm okay being the background support. This is a rare chance I've been given. So at the very least, I don't want to bring anyone down. I will, or rather, I want to give it everything I've got. The MC's eyes lit up hearing that. She continued, yes. The MC asked, that's why you came here to practice, right? She nodded, yes. The MC smiled. I see. That's pretty cool of you. She looked a little confused, not fully understanding what he meant. But then he said her name clearly. Minato-san, I'll keep you company during your practice. That's a promise. Though, to be honest, all I can really do is give feedback from a total amateur's perspective. If that's okay with you. Her eyes sparkled as she accepted, saying, I'll be counting on you, Suzuki. For the first time in his life, the MC blushed. He thought to himself, how is this girl real? Isn't she way cuter than that pig? When lunch break rolled around, the MC noticed Minato had been practicing nonstop since morning. She's gonna get dehydrated at this rate, he thought, so he brought her a drink. Just then, a voice called out from somewhere. Hey, Kazuma, where the heck have you been? Who do you think you are, skipping classes? It was none other than the so-called princess of the school. The MC sighed internally. Here we go again. She kept rambling. Why are you ignoring me? You even blocked me on Messenger. Seriously, just so you know. There's no one allowed to ignore Ruasama. Or is it that my face is just too beautiful for you to look at? Are you embarrassed or something? Rua smirked confidently. But the MC didn't respond, he just kept walking. That ticked her off. Hey, wait a second, she snapped. You gloomy idiot. But it wasn't just her. A rough-sounding guy suddenly chimed in. What's with the silent treatment? He barked. That's seriously rude to Ruakin, you know? The guy's name was Asano, a delinquent-looking boy and a so-called rising star of the baseball club, attending on a scholarship. Still, what was a guy like him doing hanging around that pig? If he had that much free time, maybe he should spend it practicing instead. Maybe take a note from Minato's book, right? We see Asano getting more and more worked up. What's with that face? You mocking me or something? He growled. He reeled back his fist. Say something, damn it. And with that, he threw a punch. We see Asano swinging a punch at the MC, but the MC was quicker than his fist. The boy thought to himself, didn't I just land a hit? But he didn't feel a thing. Before he knew it, the MC was right behind him. A cold dread settled over Asano. He turned around and locked eyes with the MC. When did this guy get behind me? Wait, didn't I just punch him? That didn't even leave a mark. Maybe I missed. How pathetic is Asano? Weak or what? The MC smirked and said, What's the matter, Asano? Out of shape. The guy's anger flared even more. What did you say? Say that again, he growled. He lunged forward with another punch, only to be stopped by Rua, the so-called princess. Stop it, she commanded. He was clearly taken aback when the girl spoke up. She said, The only person allowed to seriously mess with Kazu is me. You can only touch him if I say so. Otherwise, don't lay a finger on him. Know your place. He didn't fully get it but agreed, knowing the girl still cared deeply for him. The MC called her name with a bright tone. She blushed, asking, What is it, Kazu? But then he added, You really think that was cool? Listen carefully. No one is allowed to mess with me or bully me. I don't care who you are. His voice was firm, almost threatening. She looked startled. The MC said calmly, Just leave me alone. She collapsed to the ground as others rushed over, comforting her. Are you okay, Ruahim? What's wrong with that guy? But inside, she kept thinking how cool the MC was. She was starting to become more Yandere for him. A week had already passed, and there she was, Minato, dancing in the hidden library. As she moved to the music, she suddenly stumbled and almost fell. But the MC caught her gently, like a princess, asking, Are you okay? She was deeply moved seeing him. She whispered, Suzuki-kun, I'm sorry every time. The MC replied, Don't worry about it. I wouldn't want you to get hurt before the real thing. She smiled, But you're amazing, Suzuki-kun. No matter where you are, if I trip, you're always there, catching me like magic. The MC told her, It's nothing special. But she replied, That's not true. Ever since that day, you've been watching over me, encouraging me. You have no idea how much that has helped me. Tears streaming down, she said, Suzuki-kun, I just want to say thank you so much. The MC was caught off guard. No one had ever said something like that to him before. He said, But really, I didn't do anything special. Then he added, More importantly, when you return to the center stage, wouldn't it be better to just walk back normally instead of spinning? You always lose your balance there, and it doesn't look good on stage. The MC thought for a moment, then said, Okay, how about you jump back in one move? That could stand out more on stage. She tried to deny it. Impossible. The center of the stage is at least 5 meters away. He nodded in agreement. True, but if you use the strength in your knees like this, Then, with all his power, he jumped, soaring up and seeing the gloomy sky from the ground. Landing smoothly, he said, "See, like this." She was shocked, exclaiming, "That's impossible. What was that just now? You bounced like a trampoline or something. Normal people can't do that. You're so cool. Your PE grades must be off the charts." But the MC replied, "Nah, I've always scored a 3 out of 5 on that since elementary school." "Oh, what do you mean?" she asked, tilting her head. The MC paused, puzzled, thinking to himself, "Also, your posture seems a little off, doesn't it?" She nodded with a sigh. "Yeah, I know. I've never managed to fix my slouch. The choreographer coach even yelled at me about it once." The MC looked at her and said, "Then maybe, what if you used that slouch to your advantage?" He moved with emotion like a cat's paw. "Yeah, like this," the MC added with a smirk. The young male MO watched, then started mimicking the MC's exact movements. "Just keep going with Satsuki's dance from there," someone said. As we watched her strike cute cat poses here and there, the MC couldn't help but think, "Yeah, that's seriously adorable." She was drenched in sweat but smiled to herself. Somehow it's finally starting to click." The MC grinned and said, "That's awesome. You should totally ask the costume designer for some cat ears and a tail." She answered, "Yeah," with a hopeful smile, but then added hesitantly, "Sorry, I don't think I can use that for the unit." He looked surprised. "Wait, why not? What's the reason?" She explained, "If I go with this style, I won't pair well with Ruzin. My role here is to make Ruan shine." The MC was momentarily speechless, then asked, "Minato-san, are you really okay with that?" She nodded. "Yes. Honestly, singing while dancing isn't my strength or my focus. What I'd actually like is for you to watch me practice my acting instead. After all, I'm a voice actress. I want to play an animal character. That's my dream." The MC noticed the sparkle in her eyes. She went on, "That's why I'm giving everything I've got to the work right in front of me, hoping that, even just a little, it might lead to a voice acting opportunity." "I see." She's so positive. He didn't know what else to say. When Minato spoke about voice acting, she lit up, completely alive with passion. He could genuinely feel how much she loved what she did. The MC looked at her and said, "I'm kind of jealous." She blinked in surprise. "Huh?" He replied, "It's just, I don't really have any dreams or goals, you know?" She asked, "There's nothing you want to become?" The MC answered, "If I had to say, I just want to be ordinary. I don't need to be anything special. I just want a normal life, something I can be proud of and say, yeah, this is me, and I think that's okay." She said, "I'm sure you can do it. If it's you, Suzuki Koen, you can become ordinary. You could even become anything." The MC's eyes lit up. "Thanks, Minato-san," he said sincerely. Even she blushed a little as she continued, By the way, Suzuki-kwan, there's something I've been wondering for a while. I heard the other day that you got into a fight with Ruzin, and I thought, maybe it was because of me." He said, "No, that's not it. It has nothing to do with that." She looked concerned. "But, Ruzin is your childhood friend, right? Am I putting you in a difficult position?" The MC shook his head. "Not at all. Honestly, she's not really my childhood friend anymore. So no, I wasn't thinking anything like that." "Is that so?" She looked a little startled, and a little sad because of it. Then she quietly said, Suzuki, if you'd like." She stepped closer, her voice soft. "If you'd like to." But before she could finish, the door suddenly burst open. Princess Rua stormed in, shouting, "Hey you! What the hell are you doing with Kazu in a cramped place like this? Playing the wife when your chance is already dead." Princess Rua stormed into the hidden library, her eyes immediately locking onto the MC and Minato. Without hesitation, she shouted at Minato, "I heard Kazu was in here, so I came to check it out. But what the hell is this?" She pointed directly at Minato, her tone sharp and full of disdain. "Why is he with a trash voice actress? She's not even remotely popular." Still pointing at her, Rua yelled even louder, "She's literal crap. Total garbage. What a stupid idiot." The MC watched her with disbelief, thinking to himself, is this girl in elementary school or something, throwing out swear words like that? She kept going, her voice rising. "So this is why Kazu has been disappearing right after school? He's been sneaking off to meet her? Seriously? Why would you go out of your way to be with someone so gloomy, ugly, and hopeless? She looked like she had more insults lined up, ready to launch. But suddenly, her words caught in her throat. She froze for a moment, then unexpectedly started to cry. "No way, I hate this," she mumbled, her voice trembling as she wiped at her tears, letting a few inaudible words slip out under her breath. The main character and Minato were both stunned, caught off guard by the sudden shift. Rua wiped her tears away and muttered, "No way, why isn't Kazu next to me? Why is he standing beside this trash girl instead?" Minato nervously tried to step in. Rua, this is all my fault," she said hesitantly. "Kazuma-kun was just helping me." But as Minato spoke, Rua grabbed her by the collar, yanking her close and glaring right into her eyes. Her voice was sharp and threatening as she hissed, "Say Kazuma's name one more time." Minato quickly dropped to her knees, flustered and shaken. "Suzuki-kun." "Yes, it's Suzuki-kun," she said, bowing her head. Rua smirked, satisfied. "That's right. Know your place." Rua didn't stop there. She scoffed and said, "Getting close to Kazu? Yeah, right. 1,000,000 years too soon for someone like you. You forehead curtains weirdo. I bet you're hiding a mess under those bangs." With that, she reached out and swept the hair away from Minato's eyes and forehead, only to reveal an even cuter version of Minato than anyone expected. Rua froze, completely stunned by what she saw. Quickly, she covered Minato's bangs back down and muttered in disbelief, "You, under those bangs, have you even shown that to Kazu yet?" Rua, clearly flustered, couldn't process what she had just seen. Without missing a beat, she suddenly grabbed a roll of duct tape from nearby, who knows where it even came from, and barked, "Now hurry up and wrap that hair with this duct tape." The MC stepped in, clearly fed up. "Hey, knock it off already," he said. "Aren't you supposed to be in the same group as her? And seriously, where the hell did that duct tape even come from?" Rua looked a bit flustered as she tried to justify herself. "That's right. She's just the support role anyway. Someone like her." But the MC cut her off sharply. "That so-called sidekick of yours trains like crazy. Every single day, harder than you, just so she can hold her own. So don't get in her way." Rua stood there, stunned, before yelling out, "Why are you taking her side? You're my childhood friend. Why won't you ever stand with me?" But the MC didn't flinch. "I stand by people who work hard," he said firmly. "And besides," he looked her dead in the eyes, "we're not childhood friends anymore. Did you already forget what I told you earlier?" Still dazed, Rua muttered, "What the hell, Kazu? You're still mad about that day? It was just a joke." The MC looked at her serious. "A joke? How many people have you hurt with these so-called jokes of yours?" His tone sharpened. "We're in high school now. Don't you get the difference between what's okay and what's not?" He stepped in closer, locking eyes with her. "The only one who needs to learn their place is you." Rua stood there, flustered by the MC's words, caught completely off guard. Without another glance, the MC turned and called out, "Minato-san, let's go." As they walked away, Rua clenched her fists, muttering through her teeth, "Kazu, you idiot, I'm way cuter than that girl. There's no way I'd lose to some trash-tier voice actress like her." Rua shouted, but by then they were already gone. Outside the school gates, under the still gloomy sky, Minato-san bowed her head slightly and said, "I'm sorry. It's my fault Rua-san got so angry." Kazuma looked at her and shook his head. "You don't need to apologize, Minato-san. In fact, you just gave me a great idea." "An idea?" Minato-san asked, tilting her head slightly. Kazuma nodded with a small grin. "Yeah, if we hit Rua right where it hurts, her oversized pride, we can completely throw her off her game." He raised a finger like he was making a grand declaration. "We'll call it the Amain 9 dance operation." Minato-san didn't really get it, but seeing Kazuma's energy, she smiled anyway, happy just to be included. At a nearby shop, the MC grabbed a pack of sleek black hat pins. Curious, Minato-san glanced at them and asked, "Suzuki-san, what are those for?" He casually replied, "Oh, just picked them up from over there." Then, shifting the topic, he looked at her and asked, "Minato-san, do you have a YouTube channel?" She hesitated for a second before nodding. "Yeah, sort of." He handed her the black hat pins and said, "Then wear these and upload that cat dance from yesterday. I bet it'll grab some real attention." Minato-san looked unsure. But, my channel barely has any subscribers. I don't think anyone will really notice. The MC gave her a reassuring smile. Don't worry. I'll help with that part too. And with how good your dance was, I know it'll be fine. Just trust me. Blushing, she nodded and said, Okay, I understand. The MC added, Also, when you record the video, would you think about lifting your bangs? She hesitated for a moment, clearly unsure, but he gently reassured her. Minato-san, you're seriously cute. It'd be a total waste to keep hiding that pretty face of yours. She was clearly flustered as she looked at the MC and said, It's just, I get scared when people look at me. I can't relax unless my bangs are covering me. I don't really think that's something I need to fix. The MC paused for a second, then replied softly, I'm sorry, I understand. Has your agency ever said anything about it? She said, Not really. At least not until the group disbands. Keeping my bangs fits the supporting role image better. The MC nodded. Figures. Honestly, she should have just gone solo from the beginning. Oh, apparently that's the plan, she replied. The group was just for publicity. It'll be disbanded right after we release one CD. The MC raised an eyebrow. Man, showbiz is dirty. She gave a small, tired laugh. Well, our agency is basically owned by Ruzen's grandfather. And when it comes to popularity or looks, I'm not even in the same league as her. She continued, Is it really okay to go up against someone like Ruzen? The MC fell silent for a moment, realizing where that doubt in Minato-san came from. It had to be this world she was living in, a place where anyone who stands out gets knocked down. Whether it's school or showbiz, she's always been surrounded by people who pressure her to stay in line. No wonder her confidence had taken such a hit. Then she added softly, But Suzuki-kun, you're childhood friends with Ruzen, right? And she really likes you. That's kind of amazing. He replied, Not really. It's just kinda annoying. Then he looked at her and added, Also, can you just call me Kazuma? Her eyes lit up with a slight blush as she responded. Then, I'll call you Kazuma-kun. And, if it's okay with you, I'd be happy if you called me Amain. Got it. Amain-chan, the MC said with a nod. The moment she heard that, her whole face turned red. Flustered, she nearly collapsed onto the table. Is something wrong? He asked, confused. She quickly sat up and said, I'll do my best for the video shoot. The scene cuts to YouTube. Minato Amain is on screen, setting up to record a new video. Hello, I'm Minato Amain, a voice actress, she says with a smile. Today, I'll be dancing to my original Amain 9 dance. Her channel only has about 41 subscribers and 5 comments. But that doesn't stop her from giving it her all. I'd be really happy if you watched until the end, she adds warmly. Alright, here I go. She begins performing the dance that the MC taught her back in Chapter 2. Her movements are elegant and full of charm, showing just how much effort she put into it. As the music ends, she steps forward and says, The song I just danced to, I'll be performing it live at an event this Sunday. If you're free, please come check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Just as her video ended, her phone battery died, leaving a surprisingly cute freeze frame on the screen. Even the MC had to admit it looked kind of nice. But when he scrolled down, he noticed something else. Some of Rua's more toxic fans had found their way into the comments. Sure, there were a few harsh remarks, but there were also genuine viewers who seemed to appreciate her effort. The MC muttered to himself, Alright, guess I'll check her channel too. Not because I'm interested or anything. Just doing some intel gathering. He pulled up YouTube, typed in Rua's name, and opened her channel. The first thing he saw, Rua, on camera, shouting his name, like she was calling him out directly. Her channel was massive. 1.1 million subscribers. Nearly 2,000 comments on the latest post. Rua Hajime burst onto the screen, shouting, Idiot! Stupid grab thrower. Why can't you see how amazing I am? She went into a full-blown frenzy. Then, just as quickly, snapped into a completely different vibe. Hey there, YouTube. It's me, Rua Hajime, your one and only Rua, she said with a bright smile. Turning to the camera, she added with a wink. What you just saw was a little something called emotional expression acting. Surprised? I was channeling some fresh energy. Maybe I should just go all in on acting. She finished with a confident pose. That was your super motivated Rua Hajime. Signing off. Keep cheering me on. Okay? See you soon. The scene shifted to the MC, watching the video with a puzzled look. What even was that? He muttered. Then, with a smirk, he added, all right then, if that's how you want to play, I'll crush you without holding back. Rua's idol video had already pulled in tens of thousands of views in just a few hours. Meanwhile, Amain's video hovered around 50 views, proof of the massive difference in their popularity. Still, that Nyan dance was seriously adorable. If people actually saw it, it would catch on, no question about it. What I need to do now, he thought, is make sure that happens. I'll help her get there.